Welcome to Find Your Story, Digital Edition. My name is Ann Simpson, and I am the Adult Services Librarian here at the Winter Park Library. Let's get started. This class is an introduction to Heritage Quest, a free genealogical database you can access with your library card. Heritage Quest contains over 4.4 billion records that's powered by Ancestry, and you can access it at the library, at home, or anywhere you can access the internet. All you need is your library card. To get to Heritage Quest, it's easiest to start at the library's homepage, which is wppl.org. There, we want to click on Research and Study in the green menu bar. This opens a list of all of the library's databases in alphabetical order. Heritage Quest is on the second page, right here. If we click on that link, we are automatically redirected to the Heritage Quest homepage. If you are accessing this database from a device outside of the library, you'll be prompted to enter your library card number before you can access the database. This is the Heritage Quest homepage. Before we go any further, I want to take a minute and talk about what records are available to you in this database. The largest collection in Heritage Quest is the Census Collection, which includes over 700 million records from the U.S. Census dating from 1790 to 1940, as well as national censuses from other countries such as Argentina, the Netherlands, the Czech Republic, and more. The Books Collection includes over 22,000 family and local histories, compiled genealogies, documentary collections, church records, military records, vital records, city and county histories, and more. Additionally, there are more than 1.5 million city directories from various U.S. city and county directories dating from 1821 to 1989. Also included are 2 million military records from selected state and county military records. This includes the U.S. Revolutionary War Pension and Bounty Land Warrant application files from 1800 to 1900, U.S. records of Confederate prisoners of war from 1861 to 1865, and the U.S. Remarried Widows Index to pension applications from 1887 to 1871. The Will and Probate Records collection contains 170 million pages from the largest collection of wills and probate records in the United States, with searchable records included from all 50 states dating from 1668 to 2005. The Freedmen's Bank collection includes the index and original images of the Freedmen's Savings and Trust Company's registers of signatures of depositors from 1865 to 1871. The U.S. Serial Set is a subset of 140,000 private relief actions, memorials, and petitions drawn from the records published in serial fashion from the U.S. Senate and House of Representatives from 1769 to 1969. Finally, the Maps and Photos collection includes U.S. indexed county land ownership maps from 1860 to 1910, U.S. enumeration district maps and descriptions from 1940, U.S. indexed early land ownership and township plats from 1785 to 1898, and the Library of Congress photo collection from 1840 to the year 2000. There's a ton of information for you to search through available through Heritage Quest. Let's dive into some searching strategies so that you can be successful using this resource. We're going to begin with a discussion of searching the U.S. Census Collection. A short background on the census. The United States conducts a census every 10 years and has since 1790. The first census asked only 6 questions: the name of the white male householder and the names of other members of the household, broken into the following categories: free white males ages 16 and up, free white males under 16, free white females, all other free persons, and slaves. Understandably, the census has changed since its beginning. The questions vary from census to census, but you can typically find information about the names of household members, ages, birthplaces, residence, occupation, immigration and citizenship details, marriage information, and military service. The most recent census that we can search is from 1940. This is because a law passed in October of 1978, Public Law 95-416, quote, mandates that federal census returns are kept confidential until 72 years after the census to which they pertain. Good news, however, is that the 1950 census is scheduled to be released by the National Archives and Records Administration on April 1st, 2022. We're almost there. In addition to the standard U.S. Census, Heritage Quest provides access to selected U.S. Federal Census non-population schedules, U.S. enumeration district maps and descriptions, the Federal Census from 1880 schedules of defective, dependent, and delinquent cases, the U.S. Federal Census mortality schedules from 1850 to 1885, the U.S. Special Census of deaf family marriages and hearing relatives from 1885 to 1895, and the U.S. Indian Census rolls from 1885 to 1940. Now that we know what we're looking at, let's perform a search. If you know exactly what year you're looking for, you can click on it. Otherwise, you can choose either View All or Search Now. This will open the search page. As you can see, there are a number of different parameters you can use to find your relatives. I'm going to search for my maternal grandfather, Joseph DeStito, for this example. To start, I'll type Joseph into the first name box and DeStito into the last name box. You should notice that a dialog box pops up under the search bar that reads Exact. If you know you have the name correct, you can check this box and make sure that you're only searching for exact matches. Now, Joseph DeStito isn't the most unique name in the world, so I'm also going to put in Rome, New York for the lived-in section, since my grandfather spent most of his life there. If you have any more information, feel free to add it in before you hit search. I'm going to go ahead and hit search now. Here are my results. You can see a brief overview of the person in the result on this page. As you can see, there are many Joseph DeStitos. Because I've done this search before, I know that the third result is the correct one. If I click on the 1930 U.S. Federal Census heading, I can see a breakdown of the information found in this record. This view is often easier to take in quickly when you're trying to determine if you found the correct person. I know that this is my grandfather because the birth year, address, and household members are all correct. You can also see the original document that was part of the 1930 census if you click on the View button under the image. Here you can see that my grandfather's line on the page is highlighted along with the other members of his household. The actual document can include much more information than the detail view we just saw. You can save these documents by clicking on the green Send Document button on the detail page, which gives you the option to email it to yourself. A few final tips about searching census records. Sometimes names weren't recorded as individuals' full names. Nicknames or middle names were sometimes recorded instead, so remember to try searching with those to try and get more results. You can also search without a name or with only a last name and narrow down the results by location, age, and gender. Once in a while, the census taker would record initials in place of a given name. You can search by first initial to try and find those entries. Let's take a look at the book collection next. This collection features family and local histories and includes tax lists, city directories and probate records, plates of maps, sketches, photographs, and more. Published family histories may link to your family lines and can include the names, births, marriages, death dates, and relationships, as well as stories about the family. When we click on Search Now under the Search Books icon, the search page should look pretty familiar. In addition to all of the search parameters we had before, there are 3 categories listed at the top of the screen: people, publications, and city directories. Let's begin by searching for people. We're looking for information about Senator Robert Taft, so let's begin by typing his first and last name into the search boxes and adding his location, Ohio. Finally, we'll add the keyword senator into the keyword box and hit search. As you can see, there are 257 results. Let's take a look at this one. Once I click on the result I want to see, my search terms are highlighted to make it easier to find the relevant sections of the resource. Once again, I can save or email myself this document if I want to save it. Finally, let's take a look at the city directory collection. Here you can search for someone as they may have been listed in various city directories. Let's do a broad search for Winter Park, Florida as the location. As you can see, there are a ton of results. If there was an individual person I was hoping to find, it would be a good idea to add that information to the search parameters. Since I'm just interested in a broad search today, I'm going to open one of the results and just see what's there. How about this one? Once again, you can see that my result, Minnie Walton, is highlighted in the document view. Because this is a scan of an actual city directory book, you can also see the advertisements, some of which might look familiar. Now let's take a look at the Freedmen's Bank Records collection. In 1865, President Lincoln signed an act that created the Freedmen's Savings and Trust Company, which was a bank where former slaves and their dependents could place and save their money. The original bank was headquartered in New York and then moved to Washington, D.C. This index contains the registers of signatures of depositors. You can find information such as their name, date of deposit, employer name, their height, and their children's names. Looking at the search page, it should look pretty familiar by now. You can also browse the collection on the right, where the records are grouped by location and date. Let's look at Roll 5, Tallahassee, Florida, from August 25, 1866 to January 15, 1872. Once again, you can use the film strip view to page through the results quicker. Let's jump to page 3 and take a look at the records. Here you can see some of the people who made deposits at this bank. You can find information about the plantation where these people were enslaved and other standard information. The remarks section offers a chance to learn more about what these individuals look like, with a number of comments on age, height, weight, and skin tone. Finally, you can see that the first 2 people on this page sign their name with an X, which is labeled as his or her mark. This collection is relatively small, but it includes a lot of information that can be really hard to find, and it may turn out to be an invaluable resource. Finally, I would just like to mention the research aids that are available to you in Heritage Quest. At the top of the homepage, the middle option of the menu says Research Aids. Once you click on that, it opens a page with various topics and guides. These guides were created by the experts who work for Heritage Quest, and they can be a really valuable resource when you're looking to learn more about the database and find more information about your family history. Be sure to check those out. I hope you enjoyed this digital edition of Find Your Story. Happy hunting!